Daniel Bryan. He wasn't just a wrestler, he was a movement, a hero, and an icon of perseverance. From the small indie circuits to the heights of WWE glory, his career has been a legendary ride. But as all great stories come to an end, so did the saga of Daniel Bryan in WWE. Today, we dive into the story of how the world bid farewell to Daniel Bryan, and how it marked the rise of a different, equally brilliant era for Bryan Danielson. It all began with a small-town kid from Aberdeen, Washington, trained by WWE's Hall of Famer Shawn Michaels and working alongside the likes of Lance Cade. Bryan quickly made a name for himself. His technical skills were evident from the beginning, but his true breakout moment came during the 2001 King of Indies tournament, where his victories turned heads. His performances in Ring of Honor, ROH, and Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, PWG, laid the groundwork for his rise in the wrestling industry. Bryan Danielson, as he was known then, carried the torch for the next generation of indie wrestling. His reign as ROH champion saw some of the greatest technical wrestling matches in the world. He wasn't just an athlete, he was an innovator, taking wrestling psychology to new levels. Legendary figures like Nick Bockwinkel and Red Bastian praised him as one of the finest of his generation. When Danielson entered WWE under the name Daniel Bryan, fans were excited, but the company wasn't sure how to handle his talent at first. After an early elimination due to a controversial incident during the Nexus storyline, many thought this might be the end, but Bryan wasn't one to back down. Returning stronger than ever, Daniel Bryan embraced his underdog persona and gave fans some of the most thrilling moments in WWE history. His rivalry with top superstars, cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase, and winning his first World Heavyweight Championship were unforgettable moments. Then came the Yes Movement, a true testament to the power of the fans. With simple yet infectious yes chants, Daniel Bryan ignited a revolution. At WrestleMania 30, after defeating Triple H and overcoming the odds in a triple threat match against Randy Orton and Batista, Bryan captured the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. It was a moment that forever sealed his legacy. But like every hero, Daniel Bryan faced challenges outside the ring. His injuries began to pile up, and in 2016, due to multiple concussions and health concerns, Bryan tearfully announced his retirement from in-ring competition. The retirement of Daniel Bryan was a gut-wrenching moment for fans worldwide. For a wrestler so passionate about his craft, being forced to hang up his boots felt like an unjust ending. But in 2018, against all odds, Bryan made one of the greatest comebacks in WWE history, after being medically cleared to compete again. Daniel Bryan's return wasn't just a comeback, it was a renaissance. He claimed the WWE Championship, brought a new edge to his character, and continued to elevate younger talent. His eco-warrior persona, coupled with his unmatched technical prowess, made him a standout yet again. Yet, all good things must come to an end. In 2021, after an intense rivalry with Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan lost a career versus title match on SmackDown, marking his final WWE appearance. It wasn't a retirement match, but rather a graceful exit from WWE. His WWE career ended, but this wasn't the end of Bryan Danielson. Instead, it marked the beginning of a new era. He moved to AEW, reigniting his love for wrestling and continuing to inspire a new generation of wrestlers and fans alike. The wrestling world was shocked when Bryan showed up in AEW as Bryan Danielson. The American Dragon was back, and he wasn't holding anything back. AEW gave him the freedom to wrestle the way he wanted, and his matches have been nothing short of incredible. Since joining AEW, Bryan Danielson has had stellar matches with stars like Kenny Omega, Hangman Page, and Jon Moxley. He's proven that despite his injuries, he can still go toe-to-toe with the best in the world. But while fans love seeing him in AEW, there's always that lingering question: how long can he keep this up? Bryan has spoken openly about how much time he has left in the ring. While he's still performing at an elite level, the reality is that his career is closer to the end than the beginning. He's hinted that his focus now is on enjoying the final chapters of his wrestling journey. Bryan has mentioned spending more time with his family, and he's already begun transitioning into more of a mentoring role in AEW. When Bryan finally hangs up his boots for good, he will leave behind a legacy that few can match. From his days in the Indies to his WWE run to now in AEW, Bryan has always been a wrestler's wrestler. Someone who gave everything he had every time he stepped into the ring. The end of Daniel Bryan in WWE wasn't the end of his story. It was the beginning of a new chapter, a testament to his resilience, passion, and love for professional wrestling. His journey serves as a reminder that even when a door closes, a new, exciting adventure awaits. Let us know in the comments what's your favorite Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson moment. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more deep dives into the world of wrestling legends.